G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League, and today I'm going to be looking at Empoleon. So adding that one in, and Greninja is making way for that. So I have used Greninja in the past, and I've got a playlist that shows my Season 6 battles. So if you want to check those out, I'll link that now, and you can check them out. But we'll go with Empoleon, a little bit more meta-relevant Pokemon than Greninja was. So the reason for Empoleon is it picks up a few matches that Greninja doesn't. Still has the weakness to fighting types, but neutral for grass and also fairy types because of the steel typing matching with the water instead of water and dark that Greninja is. So we'll jump in and get things started and see how we go. So, like I said, previously running Greninja, swap that out for Empoleon, and we'll see how we go. So the ones you don't want to see is fighters. You don't particularly want to see. They're sort of your main one, or electric types are also really bad. So we'll jump in. The first we've got Articuno. This is a brilliant lead, and they swap into their Cresselia, and so I'll instantly swap into my Alolan Muk to counter that. So no shields here. Moonblast comes through, does neutral damage, but as you can see, Empoleon gets to charge moves Alolan Muk gets to its charge moves very quickly. And if the reason you want to no shield that is if they throw a grass knot at you, it's going to do next to no damage and don't want to waste a shield. So this will also mean that you're a little bit weaker and don't have as much farm down for whatever comes in next. And unfortunately, in next comes a Swampert. So Swampert, I don't really like, don't really want to see on this team because it does pretty well against all of them. So I'm going to come in with Empoleon, and I really need to watch out for the Earthquake. So I'm going to shield this one up, and thankfully it is the Earthquake and not a Hydro Cannon bait, which is good because, and we'll jump straight into the Hydro there, and we'll see what they want to do. So for this one, I'm going to shield this up as well. They did charge for a very long time, so we'll shield that up. Unfortunately, it is the Hydro, so out comes the Articuno again, and I'm going to come out with the Dragon, with the Charizard here, and they throw straight into the Hurricane, which is absolutely massive. I had a little bit of a panic there and throw into a Blast Burn. The good thing here is Empoleon stored energy before it switched out, so it stored a charge move, and also Swampert needs to throw energy to KO Charizard because the Mud Shots do absolutely nothing. So in comes the Swampert, able to throw the Hydro Cannon and take that game pretty comfortably. So a couple of plays there, which is storing up a charge move before ducking out of there, and that sort of was the main, and actually managing to shield up an Earthquake, which was always very nice to do. You don't want to miss one of those. It makes for a bad day. So good game to start things off, and we'll jump into the next one and see how we go if we ever get paired up with someone. So into this next one, and we'll see what we get on the lead. So Alolan Muk on the lead's not too bad, except for I know that Alolan Muk is going to, well, get to its Dark Pulses and do a lot more damage than my Empoleon. Thankfully, they decided to switch that out. Unfortunately, because I'm very slow to the switch here, so what I'm going to do here is let this go. I expect it to be a Rock Slide because they won't want to superpower just after they've swapped in. So I'm going to charge up to another Hydro before I swap out and then swap into Charizard. Unfortunately, I do have to shield up from any Rock Slides. Rock Slides are going to be double super effective because of the flying and fire typing, so you need to shield all of those up and then look to completely farm this down. So got a massive amount of energy, and we'll see what wants to come in next. So out comes the Alolan Muk. I'm going to go straight for the Blast Burn. No point baiting here. If I don't get a shield, I'll be unhappy, but they decided they wanted to shield, so shields up. I'm going to throw the second Blast Burn here and do a lot of damage, and then swap into the Empoleon and see what they want to do. So out comes the Gramble, and this is looking real good because I'm going to be able to resist those moves. Blast Burn comes through, absolutely KOs the Granbull, and then fast move farm down, and was the play for the Alolan Muk there. So able to take game number 2, which is really, really nice. So that second game went well. Even with a bit of a dodgy match, and we've got the fighter, which we do not want to see. Come in with the Charizard here, going to look to farm up. I'm going to want to shield this up. If it is the Rock Slide, which it is, it would one shot right there. So they come in with the Articuno, which is weird. So I'm going to throw the bait here and hope I grab a shield, and I am able to do so. So unfortunately here, they're going to get to the Icy Wind. I'm going to be able to survive, so that's not too bad. And then there's the Blast Burn, and I wasn't able to get it off. So not able to get off the Blast Burn or the Dragon Claw, which is really unfortunate for me because this Articuno is going to have a lot of health. So I'm going to come in with the Empoleon because its moves are going to do, well, its charge moves do absolutely nothing to me, and I'm just going to farm up a lot of energy and then swap out and get rid of that debuff, because who wants to be debuffed? So we'll see what they want to do, and out comes the Shadow Machamp. So this is looking not too bad. Throw the Gunk Shot, get the shield, which is unfortunate, but also absolutely fine, because it means that my Empoleon has lots of energy, and I've got a shield, so shield up whatever they throw. I'll be able to throw my Hydro Cannon now, and that will be enough to take out the Shadow Machamp. And then out comes a Togekiss. So going to look to charge up, and unfortunately they made an absolutely amazing sack swap there and caught all that energy onto the Articuno. So not looking good for me. I did undercharge that, so I got one more waterfall through, and we'll see how we go. So looking to waterfall down, and was able to waterfall down before they got to another charge move. So very, very close game in the end because of that very, very nice sack swap they did, and wasted all of my energy, but absolutely fine. Able to take that game as well. So we'll jump into the next one, and hopefully we can run into some more decent matches. So some good leads there. The Shadow Machamp really not great, but we'll see how we go. So into this one we've got Cresselia. So Cresselia's not going to be too bad. It's going to be throwing Grass Knots, and they're going to be neutral. So we'll see how much damage they do. So they do about a third damage, which is not too bad. So I want to look to over farm just a little bit of energy before I throw this Hydro Cannon, and then throw the Hydro Cannon. And I'm going to actually swap out of there and try and catch a Grass Knot. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch the Grass Knot on the Charizard, and they swap in with a Lapras. Go straight for the big old Blast Burn. They decide not to shield, and I'm actually going to shield this Surf up. Because I got to the Blast Burn first, I can comfortably get to my Dragon Claw and force a shield or Wind Switch. So let's see what they want to do. So they want to shield up, and because I'm happy to go down a shield, and they've shielded as well, I'm actually going to look to farm this, well, throw the second Dragon Claw and try and Wind Switch. They decided to shield that up, and then I managed to fast move farm them down. So that's absolutely spectacular. So really not great for them. And then Moonblast comes through, not enough to KO me, and I'm able to get to another Dragon Claw, which then gives me lots of play against the Cresselia. So here, obviously, shields it down, but I can tank whatever they want to throw at me. Out comes another Shadow Machamp. So Shadow Machamp seems to be what everyone's loving to play. Throw the Gunk Shot and one-shots, and it is down. They say goodbye. So good game right there. So that Gunk Shot just absolutely wrecks the Shadow Machamp, absolutely one-shots it. So if they let you get a lead up with energy generation, absolutely destroys it, which is nice. Very, very nice for you, not so much for them. So we'll jump into this next one and see how we go. So we've got Gyarados on the lead, and it's Dragon Breath variant, which is fine with me. The Dragon Breaths are going to be resisted because of the Steel typing, but it's going to be running Crunch, and there is Crunch. Crunch is going to be doing neutral damage, so it is going to do a fair bit of damage. The Drill Peck is going to be neutral as well, and it's, as you can see, going to do a lot of damage as well. Unfortunately, They get to their next charge move just before I do, and it is another crunch. So going to overfarm just one extra waterfall, and then throw the drill peck, and they decide to let it go. So they've one switch but down shield. So let's see if that's a good decision or a bad one. I'm able to get to this drill peck, and they're going to have to use that shield, but they do have a lot of energy. So the question is, do I come out with Charizard, or do I come out with Alolan Muk and tank some moves? So I know I'm going to have to survive one sludge bomb, and then we'll see how we go here. So going to look to swap out and catch a sludge bomb. Unfortunately, I tried to swap out, but I was just a fraction late, and then out comes their own Alolan Muk. I'm going to throw this Blast Burn and see what they want to do here, and they do decide to shield up. So what I want to do here is now catch this move, and I was just able to catch that move. So a split second slow for the Venusaur, and just right for the Alolan Muk there. And the reason for that is Dark Pulse is going to be doing a little bit less damage than when they throw their either Gunk Shot or Sludge Wave, depending on what they run. As you can see, my Gunk Shot did a lot of damage. So there's the Sludge Wave, and that does, yeah, a lot of damage. They're going to be able to get to their next Dark Pulse, and this is not going to be enough to take me out, but what I want to do is enough damage that my Charizard can come in and farm them down. So I'm going to swap straight in, and they swap straight in as well. Going to look to throw this Dragon Claw straight away. I don't want them to get to a charge move. Dragon Claw is going to be enough to take them out, and then a couple of Fire Spins and they're down. So just able to take that game. So they were watching their switch clock as well, and you got to be really careful of those switches. So they wanted to switch in and get a little bit of an energy head start so they could throw some energy onto the Charizard, but not going to happen. I had the same plan, and we swapped at the same time, so worked out all right for me in the end. Because it allowed me to farm them down, well, throw my Dragon Claw and take the W. So we'll jump into the next one and see how we go. So Granbull on the lead is actually not too bad for me. You've really got to watch the close combats. So what I'm going to do is overfarm by one. Unfortunately, they got an extra fast move through, which is really not ideal, and then throw straight into the Hydro Cannon. They're now getting to their close, well, let's see if it is, it is the close combat, so that's absolutely perfect. Their defense falls by a lot, so I don't even need to throw another charge move, and I can farm up a lot of extra energy. Out comes the Swampert, so this is perfect for me. I really don't want to see Swampert matched up against my Charizard, and can I get to another one? And they swap into Melmetal, so that's a really good swap to catch this charge move. And instead I'm going to swap straight into my Charizard here. They're going to get to a Rock Slide, and as you can see, Rock Slide just absolutely one-shots it. They have a Swampert and a Melmetal now, so there's no point me saving my Charizard, so I'm going to save that shield for a much more important Pokemon. I do recognise that that is my Alolan Muk. So superpowered once, that's going to debuff them a lot. And so in that case, what I'm going to do is not shield up the second one. Swampert comes out. I knew I had a move charge, so that's why I saved my shield, able to shield that one up. They're also going to do the same thing, but because I've got back-to-back Dark Pulses, that means I can, well, throw back-to-back and take out the Swampert. So out comes their Melmetal, and I'm able to fast move it down with the Alolan Muk and take that game. So good game right there. So we'll jump into the next one and see how we go. Hopefully we can get some more nice matches. So this is a really unfortunate match here. Being matched up with Snorlax is a bit of a troublesome one. If they throw the superpower straight away, it's going to do huge amounts of damage, and I'm hoping they don't. They do. They're going to swap out, and then let's see what we get. So unfortunately, I was just too slow to be throwing my move, and in comes the Gyarados, and then I swap into my Alolan Muk, hoping to catch a crunch, but unfortunately they threw the Aqua Tail, so really not looking ideal for me, and I'm in a rough spot. So in through comes another Aqua Tail, not going to do a huge amount of damage, going to look to overfarm by a little bit, just because I want to be able to throw some energy. They don't shield that up, and out comes the Snorlax again. So it's going to be building up some energy, which is unfortunate. Thankfully, I am able to get to a Dark Pulse to put a little pressure on it. And then out comes Charizard to see how it wants to play this. So Body Slam comes through, which is fine. And then out comes Giratina. So it would have been really nice to have my Alolan Muk matched up to this, but was not to be. Giratina comes through. It's going to be throwing Dragon Claws here, and they'll be doing pretty good neutral damage. So look to charge a little bit. Unfortunately, I got a little bit of lag there and was not able to throw my Dragon Claw. Unfortunately, they managed to get to theirs first. They're going to let that go. Let's see if I can get to another Dragon Claw. So pressing that Dragon Claw, and there's all the lag in the world. I can't swap, I can't throw my charge move. Really unfortunate, and that means good game. Even without that, that was good game. But getting that lag spike there is just really unfortunate because it meant that they could, just absolutely solid win for them. So we'll jump into the next one and see how we go. So for that game, even without that, I think that was GG's. Getting that superpower through at the start just pretty much won them the match there. So we'll see how we go with this next one. And what do we get? So on the lead, they've got Giratina. So not ideal lead. So what I'm going to do is throw the Drill Pecks. The good thing about this is they also have to go for Shadow Sneaks rather than Dragon Claws, which do take more energy, so it'll be longer. But they do rightly go straight for that Shadow Sneak, and we'll see what they want to do. So straight into the next one. So they over-farmed a little bit. And it's another Shadow Sneak, which is really unfortunate for me. But I am able to get to another Drill Peck, which is nice. So what I want to do here is let this go, basically. And I will be coming in with my Alolan Muk. It's going to be able to hopefully snarl down, but we'll see if I can hold my nerve long enough. So going to look to throw this Sludge Bomb, Gunk Shot straight away. Unfortunately, they do shield that up, so there's their first shield gone. Fully expecting a Cross Chop here, but I just can't take the risk in case it is a Rock Slide. It is the Cross Chop, which is unfortunate. And then I'm going to throw my own bait and throw the Dragon Claw. Unfortunately, they do not fall for that bait, and I'm just going to go straight into my second Dragon Claw. So we'll see what they want to do here, and they decide to shield that up. So there goes both their shields, which is absolutely perfect. I'm again going to have to shield this up, but I'm really hoping, yep, it is a Rock Slide that time, and let's see if we can charge them down. So going to over-farm just a little bit, but unfortunately I got greedy, and they got to a Dragon Claw. So now I'm able to swap into my Alolan Muk, keeping all of that energy on my Charizard, and then going to be able to charge down. Let's see what they have for us in the back. So out comes a Melmetal, and this is going to be a real interesting one. Do you know who wins the CMP tie? Because they're going to be farming up a lot of energy for this Melmetal. So they're obviously saving up energy. They're going to be throwing their Rock Slide as soon as my Charizard comes out, but looks like my Charizard wins CMP. It's got a lot of energy, able to throw back-to-back Dragon Claws. First one takes out the Melmetal, second one takes out the Machamp, and I'm able to take that win. So really good game there. So happy with that. So able to go 4-1, which is really nice. Hopefully that was useful for someone. And got a Froakier's Award, gotta love it. So hopefully that was useful for someone, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.